everybody here in the room, and hopefully everybody's doing great. I've got a echo, so I'm going to log off and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's get a quick sound test from everybody. Hopefully you can hear me just fine. Good morning to all, and welcome to the, there we go. Uh, all right, welcome to everybody here in the room. Hopefully everybody's doing great today, ready to rock and roll. We had a nice day yesterday, coming off of a nice green day, and coming into today, I expect some good volatility from the markets this morning. We'll talk about that and more. Let's get you prepared for the day, get you prepared for what you need to know to make this a profitable day here. Futures higher this morning, but let's explore the reason why. We'll start off with Asia in the overnight session where we saw the Nikkei gain over 1,000 points, 1,008 points, up 1.49%. 68,751.51 on the Nikkei. Hong Kong Hang Seng up 340, and the Shanghai in China down 12 points. Europe still in session. German DAX down 125. FTSE in the UK down 7. And the CAC 40 in Paris is the only one that's up 10. You combine that with Asia, and you've got 3 markets up, 3 markets down. Global futures flat, but our pre-market futures here are bucking the trend. Dow futures this morning up 122. NASDAQ futures up 184 and a quarter, and the S&P 500 E-minis are up 21 points here. So we're going to move higher. Oil's up 65 cents, just below 80 bucks, 79.99 to be exact this morning. If you're in the gold patch, well, we've seen another day of gains here, up $9 per troy ounce, up to $4,078.70 per ounce. Silver's down, 4/100ths of a cent, 59.10 per troy ounce. Copper's up, platinum's up, palladium is up as well. Quick check on crypto this morning. Crypto's up on Bitcoin, up $909.62, 65,451.16, up 1.41%. Ether's up, Solana's up, Doge's up, XRP up this morning. Headline news, wholesale prices unexpectedly declined in June on a big drop in gasoline. And New York Fed President, I think this is a good comment here. New York Fed President Williams, inflation has peaked, rates well positioned. So I think that gives us some settlement for what's going on now. Now the stocks are going to have to then lead us out or lead us forward here as we go. So now we're just looking at a couple other headline news. Warren Buffett coming out on the market today. It's tough to find values when everybody is preferring gambling. So again, his opinion, he always looks for value companies, value stocks, and that's just the way it is right now. All right. Also, Trump in the news here, U.S. launches fresh wave of strikes on Iran. Analysts warn the conflict risk becoming a forever war. Hopefully this ends at some point in time. Just sick of reporting on it, sick of taking care of it, really. And then Morgan Stanley in the news, posting record quarterly revenue and profit. Now, we're going to adjust these screens here real quickly here. I'm just going to get the Morgan Stanley up here. I think it's a good buy to move it higher here this morning. Also want to put MSTR up here, and let me go right here, MSTR, and we'll put Marvel. What can we put Marvel here? Let's put Marvel right here on the AVGO screen, MRVL, and then we'll put AVGO over here, and then that should do it here. I did post my trades this morning. I know that DVG has got his in here as well. Also, the IBM trade from yesterday, that trade has made a what I would call a small turnaround, but nonetheless moving forward this morning. Could be a decent buy right here. It's got decent volume, and the stock is up for the day. All right, we'll watch this SKHY as well this morning. I want to key in on SKHY. Stock is down this morning. We'll see if that stock has got some move to it. But let's say good morning to everybody here this morning. I will take a look at PayPal this morning. I know that stock is in play. Let's see, PayPal. Yeah, super good. I'll keep that one up as well. Thank you for that, Christian. Okay, let's say good morning to all here in the room. Clifton, good morning. DVG, good morning to you. Steve C, good morning. Seth Lipper, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Yep, I just put it up there. Thank you. Jay, good morning. Steve C, good morning. Christian, good morning. Marco, what do you say? Good morning. Happy Hump Day, Wednesday. Nima, good morning to you. Great to have you here in the room now. Rick, good morning. Okay, stocks that I like this morning, specifically the SpaceX 138. If we get it here, maybe today is the day that this stock will get some momentum and start to move. SpaceX 138 on the long side. Also, the MSTR, really like this trade. If it gets under here, where I'm about to say, I'm going to be taking it over 100, the magical 3-digit number 100 here today. And then Marvel this morning over 223, MRVL this morning, MRVL long at 223. And then last but not least, Tesla. Like Tesla this morning, again, 399 and then 400. If this thing gets up and goes, that 400 should go by the wayside fairly quickly here this morning. We'll see. Long 399, add at 400, and then that's that. One more comment before I get DVG in here. On the PayPal trade, if you look at it on the daily, right, today it's trading at pre-market right now at what, 55.80. Okay, so if you go to the daily here and look to see what 55.80 means, I think it clears out of 50. It cleared out 55. I think we got 57 written on it here. So any type of pullback here could be bought on the PayPal trade. And then last but not least, on IBM this morning. If you're into this trade on IBM, this rebound today, I'm going to read you one thing before we get into the trade. But on IBM this morning, it's up 1%, recovering some of the steep losses from yesterday. They suffered its worst day on record on Tuesday, plunging 25%. So I like to play this morning on IBM. What I'll do is I'm going to put it where Morgan Stanley is here. I'll just switch this out, and I'll call it at the start here over 222. But I don't know if there's going to be much momentum in IBM today, but worth a look anyway. So we'll go 222 IBM on the long side. Okay, that's what I've got. Dan M, good morning to you. DVG, what do you say this morning?
Good morning, 44 Trading Nation. Good morning, Scott. How you doing? You hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect. Everything sounds very well this morning.
Awesome. Yeah, forgive me. We've got some yard work happening outside before it gets about 150 degrees outside. I'll tell you one thing. ASML, a little surprising. Great margins, good report. Bang up earnings. Amazing job. That said, we're pulling back pretty sharply near the highs, so I'm kind of watching to see if that has an impact on specifically names like SanDisk, Micron, etc., SKHY. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the chip sector today for two things. One, do we start to get rid of some of that overhead supply, aka move higher before we move lower? Question mark. We'll see. And then maybe there's an opportunity at certain levels to start. You heard it, shorting, maybe more long term. So I'm looking to see for a pop here at the open, followed by maybe a drop later in the session. So I'll be keeping an eye on those key levels. Meta, having trouble with 665 this morning, so I have that up on a screen. You mentioned IBM, so I'm taking a look at that. After seeing it dump 25%, I don't know, could it pop up $5? Maybe. So it could be kind of fun. But overall, again, kind of the same names. Microsoft announcing they're doing some business with 3M, using their optical network for data centers. We'll see if that plays out for 3M and Microsoft. And then AVGO, 394, big level. Do we push higher? Do we fall lower? again, I'm watching all of these chip names to see if, frankly, maybe we see some, not even profit taking, maybe some rebalancing, because ASML really should have kind of helped set the tone. And unfortunately, we saw a big spike and then it was met with a bunch of sellers. So I'm going to be seeing if that follows through in today's session for a push potentially lower on some of these, high alpha names. So with that, not to sound bearish, again, overall earnings going really well. Other than Morgan Stanley, they had their earnings that, frankly, weren't quite there. Goldman Sachs blew the number out. JP Morgan blew the number out. No surprise, but maybe see some softening in the banks today, considering, look at JPM's chart, look at Goldman Sachs chart. So again, I'm looking to see if we find some sellers up in this higher atmosphere. But again, being patient today, July 15th, you know what I mean? Today has been kind of a historic day for most years where we find turnaround during these weeks. Either we move lower for the rest of the year or maintain a level of height, aka pushing all-time highs. So keep an eye on those yearly charts as well. Like when you're looking back on weeks in July, we typically see big pivots this month. So we'll see if that turns out. So I'll be looking for some long-term puts as well. I'm actually thinking about putting that up on the Qs today. So we'll see if we push higher, all-time highs are in and around that area. I might be open to some callers. We'll say 3 to 4 months out. So a lot to share, I suppose. But I'll put it back to you, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. And comments here. DVG looking at a little bit longer term here. Do we pop and drop? I don't know what the real answer is here. I think that this war has everybody maybe on edge, thinking about longer term and stuff like that. But nonetheless, right in front of you, you've got some great trading stocks and the opportunity to make some money this morning. So I'm going to be going with IBM at the start, Tesla, and MSTR. MSTR, if you look at this chart real quickly here, and you look at the yearly chart, and you look at, we're up here at 100. We're down at the bottom of the barrel here on MSTR. And I just think that there's some value down here to pick it up right at the 100 cross because it's a whole number. So I'll be watching that. I'll be watching the SpaceX trade 138. I'll be in on that. And then SKHY, which is underwater this morning. So a lot to watch, but let's give it a go this morning. We get started in a minute. And then let's rock and roll today. Okay.
Yeah, good luck, traders.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I'd say my probably top two this morning, or three. I would say AVGO, MU, SKHY.
There you go. There you go. Let me do one thing here. I've got a hard stop today too at 10:30.
Okay.
So no big deal, but because hopefully we make our day DVG in the first 15 minutes here.
Yeah, we definitely got some love to the upside over overnight session on the NASDAQ. So let's see how we open.
Holds. 10 seconds left, traders. Let's have a great one. Dan, Seth, Rick, Nima, Mark, Christian, please post your trades today. Everybody here, that's our responsibility to one another, posting your trades. I didn't see PayPal this morning until you all mentioned it. It's the greatest part of the room here. Tesla already off to the races. All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm going to short MU here.
Yeah, MSTR on a pullback this morning.
Got a weird fill. I won't even post it. It's 971 print. Watching SKHY now. Good move on MU. Beautiful. Let's even get 20 points on it today. Adding.
AVGO looking to blast off.
Oh my God, look at this. 7 points in a heartbeat.
On which trade?
On MU.
Yeah, nice.
I got a 971 print. I didn't have time to post it, but I was talking through it.
Well, I love ASML as well this morning on this pullback.
Meta, I missed the short there. That's okay. Focused on MU right now. When do I take a partial question mark? I don't know yet. So thinking move. Either I get run over or I make a ton of money. We'll see. Wow, big move on Meta now. Watching SKHY giving up that 180 print. Let's see if that maybe is the fail zone. Let's nibble here. Okay, got filled at 83, 79, 83, guys. I'll post these trades here in a moment.
Unknown caller.
Maybe Marvel. Let's see. PayPal getting beat up good right now. Okay, I'm going to go ASML here this morning. Let me take it where IBM is, ASML. Yeah, I'm going to
Guys,
take it here
huge trade on MU now.
1820 ASML, small share size.
Let's see if we get a 950 print now.
I'll add it 1824.
Holy smokes, MU.
Oof.
960, maybe. Okay, we got a 50 print here. That's going to work for me, guys. Taking a partial, MU, bingo. Huge trade for me to start today. Let's see
Watching
if we get
the ASML trade here now.
SKHY. Let's see if we get some selling here as well.
PayPal getting hammered here.
Beautiful
I like
break.
MSCI.
I mean. Holy crap. Look at SKHY.
SpaceX here. I'm going to be long SpaceX at the 138 break.
Adding here to SKHY.
No trade on ASML.
SKHY, we're looking for 174-ish, give or take. Let's see if that works out or not. Man, look at MU really getting like just absolutely crashing here. 960 is a big level though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some love in that area.
I'm long SpaceX. Long SpaceX. Target's going to be 139. I'm going to add at 138.50.
The SPY holding up nicely. Those of you that are bullish today. The
Marvell getting
NASDAQ futures are getting massive selling, but people are still stepping up to buy all the selling. We'll see how that works out. SKHY, guys, if you get a 175 print, I'll happily take some off. Moving my sights over to look at NVIDIA now, moving higher. 213.
That'll lift the NASDAQ. NASDAQ
No
currently
doubt.
up 153.
A little concerning. Glad we took a partial on MU, but honestly, I wanted like 40 points out of that trade, but whatever.
Look at
I'm not gonna-
ASML. Wow.
There's your move on IBM, by the way.
Yeah.
Come on, SKHY.
Nice
What are you
move
doing?
on IBM. Okay, SpaceX on full share size now. Target on SpaceX, just like I said, is going to be that 139. And hopefully we get a little bit more on full share size right now. I'm going to blast this thing. Hopefully, no pun intended, but 139, 139.50. Here we go. Nice green candle on the up.
Okay, we should see a real move now. SKHY, guys. Looking for 175. I'm going to add here a little more. Hopefully we don't turn around. NVIDIA, having trouble at 213. And AVGO, that 395, been kind of an issue. Obviously, 400, a big psychological level for AVGO. 395 needs to hold today for it to push higher. If not,
139.50 target. Come on, SpaceX. I just need one trade today, and you are it. Yeah, traders, this is going to be a huge trade for me now on SpaceX. Morgan Stanley, big time move. Wow.
SK Hynix moving slightly against. That's okay. I'll wait.
Come on, 139.50. Let's go. Let's go.
Which trade is that, Scott?
SpaceX. I'm in SpaceX trade here.
Oh, nice. Good luck.
139.50 target, and I've got full share size right now.
You'd have been trying to get that dip buy, right?
Yep.
On SpaceX.
Oh, yeah.
There's AVGO's push over 395 now into 396 with ease. Nice push on the SPY. Not quite on the Qs. Still hanging on to SKHY for now.
I knew Morgan Stanley was going to do something. I didn't know it was going to be this big, but my goodness.
I'm shorting AVGO, guys. 395.37. 395.37. This is where I think we roll over. Look at MU now, selling off
Go
beautifully.
SpaceX. Go.
Look at the NASDAQ now, aiming lower. Nice move. This MU trade, I'm hoping that even the runners make me a ton of money. We'll see. Need SKHY to give up now. It'll be great. Guys, watch the Qs here. Do we pivot here at these pre-market retests here, or do we snap the bottom and start aiming lower?
No, I have not taken a partial yet on SpaceX. I'm in it to win it, hopefully. AVGO looks great here at 397 break. I'm going to take this trade here. I'll put it where Marvel is here. No, I'll put it.
You going long AVGO?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a nice. I'll call it this. That's a Scott setup right there.
Yes.
I'm trying to short it because of MU aiming lower. Just I'm seeing the chip sector sell off a bit, so I'm short like all the chip names right now. Not all of them.
Here's the post here. AVGO 397.
On the one hand, I'm rooting for you, but on the other hand, I'm short the stock.
Yeah, I mean, good chance we don't get there to break out, but we're going to right here. So I'm long this stock on AVGO. 394 will be my stop. So I've got some cushion in there. Hopefully this takes off though.
I don't like when we're head to head on trade.
No, I got you.
I'm basically just funneling money into your bank account right now.
Well, let's not. It could happen. Hey, it could happen the other way in a hurry, right?
I'm really concerned. Go ahead.
Target's gonna be 400. Really?
Yeah, it's the magic number.
Or close to it. We won't go all the way to 400. I guarantee you that. Got that scalping mentality this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I started my position on AVGO, so I don't mind, eating a little bit of a loss here. But as we get up to 398, 399, I may start adding to it. I just don't. Look at MU falling off a cliff. ASML, same. Now we're seeing Meta trying to hold 660, not working. SKHY, guys, I'm going to go full share size here. Short. Seeing some rejection here on the VWAP. If it pushes, we'll call it 180. I'll be out. 181. But look at the NASDAQ.
NASDAQ up 156 3/4 right now. Dow up 3 points.
In fact, I think I might grab some SPY puts here because that's the real thing. That if we give up on the SPY, the NASDAQ's not nearly as important right now. I don't think the SPY has been carrying these markets right now. But if the SPY starts to fade, maybe we got a shot to the downside. So I'm looking at for tomorrow. We'll start with the 752s. Pretty inexpensive, $125 right now. Start with a couple bundles. Start with 2 bundles. Look at MU now, 954. Beautiful. I'm gonna take a partial here in a moment, guys.
Traders still in the SpaceX trade right now.
Target will be 951 for 20 points. So if we get anywhere around there, that'd be pretty sweet. I need SKHY to not get stronger at 180. It just tagged it. And then AVGO, I'm going to start to add here.
And I'll be out of the way here in AVGO momentarily if we get down to the 394. Otherwise, 400 target and continuing with the SpaceX trade.
SK Hynix getting some strength here. I don't like that. I'll be patient. I mean, thank goodness for this MU trade. It's giving me a little more confidence to hang on to some of these short positions because, man, I rocked that trade. That was beautiful. Kind of nerve-wracking for me because it's a very expensive stock. Watching the SPY like a hawk right now. Seeing if we can add there. SK Hynix, guys, I'm going to probably throw away here in a minute. Just trying to be patient. Like I would argue, what's SanDisk doing? Probably tanking as well. SNDK. Yup. Straight down on SanDisk as advertised. SK Hynix, I don't know. Just getting a little too meme stock like. So I might have to eat the loss on SK Hynix here. I'll be patient. Or do I nail it for more? All right, guys. I'm going to add to the SPY put options here. And I'm going to throw away SK Hynix for a losing trade. Womp womp. Stay out SKHY. AVGO still moving against. Congrats, Scott.
So far, so good.
Yeah. I don't like giving money back, especially on a day where I made a massive trade like on MU, but sometimes it happens that way. Let's see, IBM pulling back here, ASML pulling down. Let's see. JPM hitting all-time highs today. How about that? That's your reason for the SPY, I would say. All right, guys, I'm going to load up on the SPY put options. We're going to go with five bundles. Let's see how that works out.
Okay, traders, again, target 400 on AVGO. And I just need this SpaceX to help me out here. ASML falling off of a cliff.
Yep.
Wonder why. News was good.
Overhead supply, man.
Yeah.
It's, that's what I was thinking with even like SK Hynix. The trouble is SK Hynix came out with their own, options and bonds and blah, blah, blah. So naturally, more retail traders are getting involved there. But it's an ADR. Like you don't own stock, really. It's a lot like Baba and, a lot of the China names that we trade here, local markets. Guys, here comes the SPY. Looking great.
Yeah, they're just getting sold off here.
I'm going to add to AVGO here in a minute. I hate shorting AVGO because it's my favorite name in the space.
Okay. Come on, SpaceX, don't do it to me. AVGO, I like it up here. Hopefully it holds the 396. And then hopefully we run now. Market not really helping, not really hurting.
Meta's going to fall off a cliff today. I've got a feeling. Cue the disclaimer for sure. But watching the SPY now, guys. Watch the cues. We're rolling over a bit. SPY still up 0.25%. But I'm looking to see if we start to find real sellers like we're seeing in the NASDAQ futures at the moment. MU Go, baby, go. 951 print would make it 20 points, guys, and I'll take another partial down there. It'd be great. The good news, Scott, one of us will be right on AVGO today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark looking at Apple, which let me tell you what's going to happen to Apple, and then just the opposite here. You ready? Go long Apple. The direct opposite would be short Apple. Very strong today on Apple. All-time high sitting at 323.45, and we're printing 321 at the moment. So Apple helping prop the market, but I don't know how much that means considering. And Q's selling off pretty nicely here.
Yeah, Qs are selling off. Tesla leading that charge right now. So
I'd like for the SPY to test the close. It's sitting at 751.83. That's where I'll be taking partials off my bundles here, aka the options, put options in this case. Real target would be probably around 747, which, well, that could be a little optimistic today.
SpaceX right at the VWAP and AVGO holding.
I just got a private ping here about like why was I calling Meta or MU at those levels? It's just look at the ASML chart, and when you see these big pushes into zones where there's liquidity, in this case for ASML, all-time highs or around highs, and instead of finding more buyers to push it even higher after an amazing report, you found sellers, meaning they're trying to get the heck out. So what that tells me is like maybe we're going to see some softening in some of those names, not because the trade is dead, but because maybe that's the lofty level where people are trying to get out. You could look at MU the same way, SanDisk the same way, where these big, massive moves. Cool, that's great for momentum trades, but it doesn't necessarily mean the valuation is right or whatever. And so a lot of times you'll see these traders do exactly that. They know that they've got shares up there that people would be willing to sell. So they push it up there thinking, hey, if you're going to sell up there, maybe we'll find more buyers to back us and keep pushing that momentum higher. But as soon as you hit a wall of sellers, that tells me, okay, maybe it's going to start to hesitate at that level before it moves higher. And so hence why I was kind of bearish on these names like MU. I hate to say AVGO because it's my favorite stock in the chips sector at the moment. Even SKHY. But definitely on the, specifically memory, right? So SanDisk, MU, and the like.
Yep.
Watching the SPY here. See if we get down to the close, 751.83. So we'll be taking a partial on my put options here. But we could get aggressive selling here in a moment. MU getting ready to take a partial as well. We're down at 952 print. Can we get more? Maybe, but let's see. There's a 951 print. There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
We've cut our gains in half now on the NASDAQ, so watch out below.
Partial on MU, guys. 20-point trade.
Super good. Super good.
SKHY. Oh, man. SKHY ran up to 185-ish and then dumped. Yeah, almost. Yeah, exactly 185. Of course. playing games here. MU now falling off a cliff. We just got runners left, y'all. So great trade overall. No complaints. But now we just let it. I wanted 40 points. Let's see if we can get it. Be kind of cool. Put us down at 9-3-1.
Come on, SpaceX. Hopefully I didn't lose you here.
So I took a lump on SK Hynix. I'm almost watching again for second chance, but I'll wait.
That's
Edwin
right
looking
at
at
the
Tesla.
VWAP here. 180, you could short it here, break a 180.
Yeah, I just don't like the fact that it manipulated up to 185. Got me out. Wow, what an ugly move on Tesla. Yikes. AVGO. Nice, Scott.
Yeah, we're going to get the breakout here. Hopefully now the key level here to watch is 400. Don't bless me all at one time here, SpaceX and AVGO, but listen, I'll take it. I got to take some off here. Okay, I'm taking some off AVGO. Let me get back up here. I'll wait. 399. I'll wait. 399. Okay.
I'm still in it. It's a build up position, but I don't like the SKHY. Took some of my profits on MU and now AVGO slightly. It's not terrible, but Nvidia now pulling back. I don't know, man. I think this is it. I think this is the is this the cliff diving moment? Watching the
I don't
SPY
know.
here.
Yep.
Looking for a big break under. Yeah, frankly, the close 751.83 is what I want to see it break under. I'll be patient. IBM pulling back sharply. I'm so tempted to hit Meta.
Okay, again, target AVGO 399. Target SpaceX is going to be 139.50.
Nice.
Market bouncing a little bit here. Yeah, IBM short-lived, right?
They got the pop and drop. Yeah, Tesla moved straight up, man, to 406 and then just stalled like an airplane and came right back down. Let's keep an eye on the SPY now, too. Getting a little bit of strength here. It's worth noting it's all-time high, 760.40 on the SPY. So we are literally less than 1% away from all-time highs amidst everything that's happening in the world. Exciting time to be alive from that perspective as a trader.
Come on. I get scared a little bit at the top here, I mean, especially with a couple of spike candles on AVGO. I'm thinking hopefully that's not it, but we'll see.
I thought we'd see more stocks that look like Tesla's chart today, honestly. I mean, NVIDIA, I wouldn't say a spitting image, but
Come on, AVGO, take off again. Mm.
Did you watch the World Cup yesterday? Spain.
Yeah, I did not see the game yesterday, unfortunately, but I plan. There's one tonight, correct?
Yeah, it's Argentina, England tonight. Spain really. I mean, they just showed up yesterday. Um, I really thought they were going to play more of a defensive game,
Right.
and they just. I mean, they went in a full blown attack mode and just outclassed the France team. I hate to say it. I mean, I really thought France had a shot at taking the whole thing, but they blew like three goals. I think that they should have had. One of which was like a fumble from the goalie, and then they had an opportunity for the goalie completely was like the goal was unattended basically, and they slowed down while the goalie was out of the box, and somehow the goalie still managed to block the shot, which I was just like, how do you guys? What are you guys doing? You're giving up. Uh, I wouldn't say easy goals, but easier goals you should make, and they just couldn't capitalize on it. So, congrats to Team Spain.
What time is today's game? Do you guys
5
know?
o'clock Eastern,
5 Eastern. Okay, good.
and that'll be Argentina, England. I think that's the darling is well. I suppose they both are right. So England wants to quote unquote bring it home, bring the trophy home. It's been a
Yep.
while, and then Argentina. Well, everybody loves Messi, it seems. So, I mean, their last game was pretty incredible. They were down 2-0 with about 14 minutes left in the game, and they came back to win 3-2.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Courtesy of Messi. Darian, is it 3 p.m. Eastern today? I thought it was 5 o'clock. Let me look. FIFA schedule.
Maybe SpaceX will do it for us here now. I'm thinking an IBM long here. I'm going to go 220 IBM long right here, right now. Okay. IBM long 220. And we'll see if I can see if we can make IBM run here. Okay, I'm long the stock, 219.97. And I'm looking for 2 points, 222 on IBM. Tesla has to be a buy at 400. I'll post that as well. I'll put IBM up here where Marvel is. I'll go 221. I'll go 1 point here. I'm going to add at 220.50, go full share size here. Why not just do it now? Okay, I'm full share size right now. There we go. Target 221. Almost got there. Almost got there. Let's go. Go IBM, go. There it is, 221. Let's get that bid up there. Let's get that bid up there, and I'll sell into this move here. There we go. 221.12, 221.06. I'm out. IBM. 3/4 of the trade gone. IBM. Nice move there. Thank you, Forever, who bought the 500,000 shares or what have you. Nice big filling candle here on IBM. 3/4 of the trade out. Still in SpaceX. Still in AVGO. AVGO stop loss will be 394. SpaceX doing nothing here. Got 1/4 of the IBM left, and AVGO is still full share size here. Market improving. Come on.
Figured I'd make a little tea while I was away. Anything I missed?
No, not much. I mean, market's starting to move a little bit here to the upside. We're up 200 on the NASDAQ right now. You missed my, well, you did miss my IBM trade, yeah. Thank you, ARAX, for sure. Bubba, 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 Bubba. SKHY moving as well. Let me see, Bubba. Oh, yeah, nice. I feel like MSTR again here, too. Go, AVGO. Now's your time to shine. Let's go. Markets up. Come on, AVGO, what's stopping you? Watch Tesla here, 400, I'm going to enter. I'm out. All shares IBM gone. Why do we got to squat now? Why? Come on.
Let's see. Kevin Warsh is supposed to be on, I think.
Today?
I think so. He was on yesterday. By the way, 3 p.m. is correct on FIFA, by the way. I looked at that. To stand corrected. Who was that mentioned it? Darian. Yeah. Why did I think it was 5 o'clock? I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to double check too on this. I know Kevin Warsh was on yesterday, but I'm seeing it on today as well. So I'm going to go double check the Fed site directly.
Okay.
Yeah, he is on right now. Testifies Wednesday before the Senate. I've got it up on CNBC here. Yeah, so let's see. Maybe Warsh. Let's be cautious. he could say something that makes us take the top off all-time highs, or we tank. I'm still in the AVGO trade, y'all. Still in MEU, guys. Unbelievable. 940. And target was 40 points at 931. If we get there, that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we only have our runners left, but pretty good trade there.
That's about it. We got market up over 200 points now. Dow's starting to come in as well. SpaceX, come on, you owe it to me.
Really interesting though. Like I'm seeing a lot more stocks like roll over. Meanwhile, the SPY holding like crazy. So when I'm looking at the Qs versus the SPY, in fact, I'm actually, what's the ratio there? Let's look real quick. Yeah, okay. But about 12 basis points in variance between the two. Interesting. Okay. Has ABGO coming in? AREX, yeah. Yes, correct. You're talking about the Qs, right? 722. 722. Been talking about that level forever. You notice, like, look at yesterday, right? We nailed it, rejected. Nailed it, rejected. Couldn't even hit it to close. We went above it after hours, came back, retested above it, retested above it. Look at that's 1, 2. Broke through it the third time, but then came back up. And then we broke it this morning. Came back, retested it this morning, rejected. So, yes, AREX. Exactly. Awesome. Yeah, AVGO rolling over now, guys. We're looking good here.
Out all shares AVGO traders. All shares AVGO.
I hate it when we're in opposite.
Yep, that's all right.
Like that.
I had
Did
my
you
opportunity
took
there with
some?
that stock.
Did you take some off? Partial?
Yeah, I took some off, but I mean, I didn't take enough off. I mean, it's a losing trade for me.
Nah,
I was trying to see if it would just turn for me, but it has not. It sucks.
SKHY is the next one I'm looking at, maybe for a second chance. Only concern is, again, this Kevin Warsh. I'm actually going to mute this one real quick. I might be late on SKHY, guys. I wanted it at 185. Shoot. Oh, well. Guys, MU. Holy smokes. AVGO coming in now, guys. Let's take a partial here in a minute. If we get a 391 print, maybe I'll make that work. I don't want to be too greedy on the trade. So losing trade today on SKHY. I'm still waiting for my options to come in on the SPY, so we'll wait for those. 391 print now active on AVGO. We'll take a partial in 3, 2, 1. That'll work. Partial on AVGO. We'll let the rest do its thing. Again, the close sitting at 389.11 on AVGO. So if we do find weakness in these markets, maybe we get a push. And SKHY, I am almost going to draw on my monitor with a marker. Just put a big X on it. It sucks.
Wonder what the heck happened with AVGO here.
Yeah. I can't believe it, Scott. I'm about to hit 40 points on MU.
It's crazy. But your
Pretty
biggest
cool.
trade, your biggest, not money wise, but your biggest move. 40 points. That's
40. Yeah,
historic.
in a good while. I'd say that's a pretty darn good win. Definitely from a dollar perspective, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? If nailed that thing for max leverage, that would have been my year.
Yeah, right. Love it.
Yeah, the big thing too is I'm taking pretty significant partials. So like with MU, my first partial, arguably, I could have left more on, but no. AVGO, we just took like 80% of the trade-off. Where normally I might take like, 50, 25, 25.
I mean, we've got a couple of days left here for the week, right? So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised on another gap, or even today, if the market starts to run again, that AVGO hits 400. It's that number and then blast off. But
yeah,
it's longer term. I get it.
Yeah, AVGO could do 400 and then be at 410 in a blink of an eye, for sure.
Exactly.
I probably should have been short in the Qs, not the SPY. But part of the reason I chose the SPY today was because it's been stronger. And I think we're going to lose some of that strength in the Qs. So I thought maybe we'd carry over into the SPY. And frankly, not really working as much as I'd like it to at the moment. That's okay, though. We'll get some follow through, hopefully. But again, I'm kind of bearish today on the chip sector, especially especially memory. Okay, let's DRAM go. Like, if you guys want to see an ETF, look at DRAM or DRAM. Mark's looking at crowd. Let's do that. Yeah, yeah. Two-point stop, probably, I would imagine, Mark, if you're rolling that one, yeah? Mark also said SpaceX has picked my pockets every time I traded it. The only time the screen was on the iPad. I think I remember, didn't you trade it like 161 or something like that, Mark?
230, 137 here will be my stop break of it.
Yeah, the IPO. Yeah, I think we were all watching that one together, right? Here's the good news. I think it was Rick, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, we just hit 40 points on MU. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, man. In fact, I'm going to take a partial here. Just a little bit. And we'll let the runners do their thing. Guys, be careful. Q's approaching session lows. But Rick, if you're out there, Netflix, exactly. It's exactly what I was going to call you out with. I'm going to hold it through earnings. Again, I like the stock. I like the company. But we'll see, right? Earnings could be an interesting dynamic for Netflix, considering they don't talk about the number of subscribers they have anymore. Guys, the Qs are now taking out that session low. So, SKHY, I'm going to not trade, but I'm looking at Meta. I'm thinking maybe.
Wow, MU continues to fall.
Yeah, it's crazy now. I'm over 40 points now, man. Approaching 50. If we get to 921, that's 50 points. At this point, I mean, it's the share size is almost irrelevant at this point. It's more of just like being on the winning side of the trade. But
NASDAQ's still up, though, 147 points for the day.
SKHY now biting it. Ah, that sucks. Oh, well. Watching the banks right now, too. Like JPM hit an all-time high today, but.
Anything notable tonight?
Earnings?
Or earnings, yeah.
Yeah, let me take a look. I know TSM is the one I'm going to watch pre-market tomorrow. After hours, we got United Airlines. Only one, really, I'd say. Then we have Netflix tomorrow after the close. We've got Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM, before the open, which that's the one I'm curious about. United Healthcare, GE, tomorrow before the open. And then let's see, Travelers Insurance. It's kind of it. Let's look at next week. Next week, oh my God.
Everything.
Whoa. That is a lot of earnings next week. Holy smokes. Halliburton, Schwab, GM, 3M, Ally Financial, Hasbro. Let's see. Oh man, I have to go through these. Domino's Pizza, Tesla, Google, ServiceNow, IBM, Southwest Airlines, Crown Castle. There's your infrastructure play, Crown Castle. Stock most people don't even talk about. QRs next week too. Man, it's a crazy week next week. A ton of earnings next week. Intel, American Airlines, SAP's coming out, Verizon, even though they're out of they got replaced. American Express. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm going to have to actually spend some time figuring out these earnings. There's so many coming out next week. Whoa. Like my screen is already
Big
full,
downward
and it's like
move.
there's 46 more tickers. Like,
Yeah,
what?
right. Are you still holding on to MU now?
Yeah. I mean, they're runners though, so there's my 50 points. Pretty cool. Who shorted Tesla? Who was that? Arex? It looks good. This is what I was a little concerned about, guys. So the SPY is now getting that drop under the 200 EMA. Let's see if it can actually break the session low. And if it does, 951 will be able to take some of these bundles off. The Q's now really biting down. AVGO, I'm waiting for that 389 print to see if I can get that, take a little more off the trade. I missed the SKHY trade. Wanted at 185. I chickened out because I took a loss on it earlier today. So hopefully some of you guys were able to take it. Again, this is kind of what I'm not going to say, I wouldn't say predicted, but I was thinking, push up, pull down, and then how hard do we sell? I don't know. But I'm not surprised to see MU this low in the paint. I'm surprised it happened so fast, to be honest. I thought we'd get to like 960 and hang out there for a while, maybe 950, but we held there for, 10 minutes and tanked 30 points? Looking to see, I'm listening to Warsh also, see if he's saying anything of, look at NVIDIA selling off now. AVGO looks nice, MU looks nice. What's SanDisk doing? I'm gonna stay away from Meta. I thought it would totally bite down today. Let's see. SanDisk, look at that disgusting chart. Looks just like MU. I wish I had more money, Scott.
I know, right? It's like you run out of margin if you want to do everything.
Especially with MU, man, it's so expensive, 900 and some odd dollars, 100 shares is expensive. I made a play for it, and yes, now officially, this is the biggest trade of, not dollar-wise, I've made definitely bigger trades as far as payouts are concerned, but points moved. This is the one.
Yep.
MU. 50 points, guys. 50 points. Pretty crazy. Warsh is getting asked about AI, water usage, how we're having to compete against China, etc. Interesting. Yeah, I might. I mean, at this point with MU, I've taken all my partials. I've got a minimal amount of shares left, so whatever happens, happens. I shouldn't say that. 926 is probably where I'll just close it all out. If we get a bounce there. In fact, let me put that out there. 926 will be where I get stopped. Go here. Yeah. Pretty cool though.
Yeah, no, lovely trade, right? Just imagine if you had 1,000 shares.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Right.
Well, the irony though is I could make just as much on that trade. Like right now, I can't say I'm getting there with the SPY put options, but that could, if we break 750 on the SPY, I would argue I'd probably make more money off of those options than I did on that whole trade with MU.
Yeah.
And a fraction of the price. So, which would also be kind of cool. That said, look at the Qs down the avalanche it goes, and the SPY somehow hanging on to the VWAP. So let's see what sectors are getting some love, because there clearly should be. Amazon up 2.6%. Financials holding it down. What is this going on here?
Okay, traders, I've got to run. DVG, hold the fort down.
You got it, man.
I shall return hopefully later on today. I'm red. Let's put it that way. SpaceX is the only thing I'm going to hold, and I'm going to hold that while I'm even out today. So unless we crater and tank, I'm going to hold SpaceX today, and we're just going to go from there. I wouldn't mind Tesla. We'll see what happens to the market. Yes, Seth, absolutely. We'll see what happens to the market today. You know, as big as some of these drops are, especially SanDisk, MU, Marvel today, you had Tesla drop, IBM dropped off, as well as AVGO. The markets, don't forget, the market's still up 130, 132 right now. So heed that advice. I will see everybody later today or tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there. DVG, thank you. God bless you all. Godspeed. We'll see you then. All right.
Thanks, Phil.
Bye-bye.
And then there was one left. Looking around, y'all, like maybe majority of that move has already been supported here pre-market. So look, Google up, Microsoft up, Meta's up on the day, Netflix, Oracle up 3%. I was watching Oracle yesterday. I feel like I'm always a little early to the party on these things. Shoot. I should have been watching that one today. Darn it. Reason being, I mean, it literally hit lows that were like the low of lows. I'm getting some feedback from Scott's mic. Let me see if I can turn that off. Clifton, can you do that? Can we mute Scott's mic? Is there a way to do that? Let me see. I might be able to do it. Thank you. Thank you, Clifton. You're quicker on that than I am, for sure. No surprise. Oracle, though, looks pretty good. It was hitting lows for like, I don't know, last 4 years, something like that. Let me look. I was looking at it the other day. That's why I was watching it yesterday. And of course, I stopped paying attention to it. What is this? So I suppose depending on how you want to look at it, the highs of September 23 was right around this like 111, 112 area. And then lows of, where is this at? 121 or so, where it was April of last year. So again, kind of this 120 to 112 area. Just keeping an eye on that for Oracle. And we bounced pretty nicely off of the lows from yesterday. That said, if that's a dead cat bounce, I think it can tank another 20 points. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll keep it. I'll put that separately. I'm gonna put some alerts on here. 128.80. I'll put an alert. Get notified if it gets below that. And SKHY. Did anybody short that? Because if you did, congrats. MU guys. Wow. 916 now. I don't know if anybody joined me on the MU trade. I know it's an expensive stock, but holy smokes. 971 entry, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, who's this? Of course. This is Elizabeth Warren trying to ream Warsh at the moment. Oh, man. Oh, man, she is. It's a deal. Okay, guys, I'm going to close out MU right here. Ta-da! I'm going to take a little more off AVGO. It's about that time. We're probably going to just let the options play out here on the SPY. I'll probably give it some wiggle room. So we'll see if that plays out or not. Incredible move to the downside though, y'all, for the Qs. Probably should have been messing with that instead of the SPY, but knowing that the SPY had that strength, I wanted to see it get a fracture today. It may still happen. But we definitely saw that fracture in the Qs today. And it's not so much that it's like this aggressive sell-off and, oh man, the markets are over. It's not doom and gloom. It's literally a, small pullback, not much, less than 0.5%. That said, AREX, you rightfully called it out. We've been talking about the 722 level on the Qs for how long now? I would say probably at least 3 weeks. At least. So Rick's looking at MSTR. I like the coin. I have coin on the corner of my eye here. I like coin a little more than MSTR just because I like their business more than MSTR. But that 100 level, I imagine, psychological level on MSTR. So good luck. Steve C. Warren is fun to watch. Yeah, are you seeing this right now, Steve? It's just kind of like, dude, relax. Can you imagine if he said that in the meeting? That would be terrible. I mean, but she really was. I mean, unhinged a little bit. I don't get that kind of stuff. Communicate. You can get excited from time to time, sure, but like, there's more important things. What else, guys? What are we watching? At crowd, I think, who was that? Was it Mark? I think looking at CrowdStrike. I have that at the corner of my eye now because you mentioned it. That was that 2-point stop. We definitely gave it up. 210.73 was the close on crowd, and it had a pretty aggressive push to the upside. And this is exactly the problem with a day like today. I would argue if you look at SKHY, so SK Hynix, this move is exactly what I was thinking would happen today. The trouble is I got involved early, was looking for my second chance. I hesitated, and now we would be up another 12 points on SK Hynix as an example. And unfortunately, we took a loss, didn't take advantage of the second chance. MU now down to 909. Crazy. We got one little lucky share left. That's all. It's not, I mean, it's basically operating as to remind me how many points I'm in on it. But AVGO looks good. And the trouble is, again, overhead supply. So ASML was the canary in the coal mine for me. I don't want to steal Scott's charts. I think, let me see if I can share my charts real quick. Would that be helpful? Let's see. Pull this up here. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to talk about just ASML. Let me go here and let me snap an anchor view up here. Okay. Let me see if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see the screen? I'll move everybody here for just a moment. Yep, cool. ASML, talk about it. Earnings. Obviously, they are in Europe, so they don't report right after our close. They report at their open. So, ta-da. You'll notice I snapped the anchor VWAP like we always do. You notice pushed above, got above it once, and then rejected the rest of the way, opened and moved lower. The earnings, everything about ASML, excuse me, ASML is good. Gapped up. We should have taken this level out and just ripped like this to go see what that level looks like. It didn't happen. But we literally pushed here. Let's just draw. Do you see how this level is important? How important it is? Reject, reject, reject. Get above, take off, come back, retest, reject, 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 reject. You see that? So when I saw this rejection and I hit an anchor VWAP, I'm like, wait a minute, this should have taken off. Who is part and partial to names like this? Well, let's look at similar moves. Right? We've got this pop at the same time, and then new, and instead we tanked. So this should have taken off. And again, similar thing. I'll just use that level. And again, this is a perfect line, but like you can draw a range as an example, give or take. You know, you pick how many points you want to put around it. But I would say probably about here. So there's your range. Every time we've come into this area, as of late, it's a very important level, right? There we go. Came in, test, move higher, broke, tried to retest again, tried to go higher, didn't work, broke, came back to retest the level, finally got a move, came back, broke, reject, 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 reject. You see that? So again, it's not a perfect, like this could have easily gone here and taken off. It should have actually during that news with ASML. Should have. I should have done this if it was bullish. But now you're just looking at where's the overhead supply. People are like, dude, let me get out of the way. I didn't think we would get a huge drop like this today. Like again, 930 was like an ambitious target. But it's unbelievable, right? In fact, we got to 905 today, pretty crazy. And then you just look around. So you got MU, SanDisk is the sister trade, also very expensive, also earth-shattering moves to the upside. Again, like I'm not even going to look all the way left. Let's just look at what happened yesterday. I'm going to mark this and see if it's actually a relevant level. I have no idea. I'm not going to look all the way left yet. Let's just use this as an example. Let's look left. Okay, so this one's not quite as firm on that level because notice the bracket here would have to like come all the way up here. So that's a pretty significant variance. What is that? About 100 points. I'm not willing to risk 100 points on a trade like that. But again, reject, 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 reject. It should have moved straight up. It didn't. So that was my canary for the day. And looking at what's going on with ASML is what it is. And then to see this move on this stock, let me put this on the big chart, SKHY. This sucks, to be honest. This kind of, I get to write this in my journal today. So an important thing to do anytime you have an IPO, at least I do anyways, temporarily, similar to like we do with earnings, anchor view up. Isn't that funny how it works? Look at where we are right now. Isn't that cool? So anchored VWAP is putting us right at this level that we're currently at. So do we hold this and move higher? I would imagine we're probably going to find some buyers here. But if we start to break this level, trouble, right? Because we IPO'd here. I say it's an IPO. It wasn't really an IPO. It was just like SK Hynix is already in a public market out in APAC, right? But they decided to put an ADR on the exchange here in the US. So it's not really an IPO. It's just how can they raise more money in a different market, essentially, using ADRs. It's what BABA does. It's what fill in the blank. All the China stocks that we've traded before, it's similar. very similar. Um, but they started to, announcing levered ETFs and levered, all kinds of stuff around this stuff and opened up the options chain, and then you got to see what happened, right? So this big whole push. Well, I think now people are like, hey, we're seeing in Korea, SK Hynix is not getting as much love. We're selling off, and yet this one's pushing higher. So why not own the real stock instead of an ADR? So anyway, so I thought we'd see this move, and unfortunately, I got in a little too early. Saw this break under the 200 EMA. Thought it was going to continue like it is now. So I get to kick my own tail today and say, hey, second chance at 185 would have been valid. But the problem for me was, again, MU falling off a cliff, and somehow this thing was moving higher. So I wasn't going to sit around and wait for a meme stock to do this, right? I had to get out. Oh, shoot. There we go. Had to get out when I did. Took a loss. It's okay. Second chance, though, I'll get to write that in my journal because it's all about learning and growing. So hopefully that's helpful. But listen, we're approaching about that time. I've got my put options on the SPY. It should be an interesting day today. Can these all turn around and take out those levels? Sure, but like this sell-off in MU is pretty drastic. Like that's pretty bad. And I have a feeling that'll have an impact on other names. So like the SPY, I'm waiting for the 751.83 area to get paid. We already got paid on AVGO. I wanted this 389 print. You'll notice that's the close. So we're getting a little bit of love from buyers trying to hold that level so it can stay green on the day. Who knows? In fact, let me just take a little more off. Give me a second. Okay. At this point, green day for me, guys. Losing trade on SK Hynix, which is fine. To write about in the journal. I'll let the options in the SPY play out, but is there anything else you guys want me to take a quick look at? And also, by the way, did that little walkthrough help on the ASML stuff? Is it sensible to do like a debrief when we take trades like that? Maybe towards the end of the session, like, hey, why did we take it? How did it play out? Win or lose? I think we do a decent enough job talking through it, but Mark, absolutely. Okay, cool. Cool, right on, man. Hey, Rex, yeah, that would be nice. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, we'll try to do more of that when we can, or even if we're getting towards that time, around 11 o'clock, it's usually when I'll step away. But I still have trades on, so it doesn't mean I can't pop in and just like drop a note. In fact, the other day I was thinking about doing that, but I never know. Usually we lose at least 50% of the audience. But yeah, AREX, well played on making note of the cues. I don't know if it's so weird with my trading view. So I've got like a bunch of levels marked up. And for some reason, like when I have it on another screen, they're all there. When I come over to a different screen, that they're not there. So the good news is it looks like the 722 is there. And then this, excuse me, 723.37, I had as like I don't want to call it dead stop, but it was like a markup like, hey, if we get above this, there's a higher probability that we move higher. So 722 is the big print. That's the all-time high level from May. And the same thing that we've been talking about. Why does this 722 level matter? Let's just draw a box around it to make it a little more obvious. Let's do that. Almost want to delete some of this crap. I have it over here, actually. Look at how ironic. Look at that. So I don't even have to add a new box. Please hold. Delete. That's actually, this is the proper range right here, this red box. Can you guys see that? Or should I make it a little more bright? I'll take down you guys can see that now. Why does this level matter? You tell me. You tell me. Going all the way back here. We broke this level. This is free fall. That's fine. You can't really mark a level from here unless you look obviously way left. So technically, let's drag this out and see. Well, how about that? Look at how that works. So here's a high. Here's a push. We retest this box almost perfectly. How about that? I didn't even go that far back, but funny how that works. Retest, 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 push. Once we fall, anytime you have a free fall level like this, you want to see where we bounce to, and then when do we retest? So where do we retest, and then when do we retest that level? So notice 722, it's been marked. If we retest, hit it, retest, hit it, but the 722 is from back here in May, right? Talk about May 26th. So there's your high, and magically it becomes an area of we retest, retest, reject. So reject once, reject twice, tank. Come back, retest. Get above, hang out, rip. And I have to imagine there's something that happened on this day. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm sure I could go back and look. June 15th. But we see a push. Guess what? Retest. Guess what? Retest. Break. Retest again. You see what I mean? So this level is very important. So the question becomes like, well, are you bullish on the move, bearish on the move? And then you'll notice I'll have secondary levels based on these types of bounces as well. So when you look at your charts, everybody's different, right? I get it. Chart however you want. A lot of people, you know, when I share this with you guys, normally this will be wiped clean, but it works for me to show you guys, hey, why are you looking at this level? Like I'm telling you, like I could look up, I'm sure in my journal, just pull up June 15th, figure out exactly what happened today. Because I keep track of that stuff, right? So Mark would say I go to 15 or 30 minutes to get rid of some of the noise. Yeah, I hear you. What I'm trying to do is just show like even for a 5 minute, because technically I chart, you know, day, 4 hour, 15. Like I'll mark the levels. And another big thing I'll use is like, say, for example, I want to know, you know, from here to here, where's my volume profile as an example. But that'll usually happen on like the dailies. But I hear you. I hear you. Anyways, point being, it doesn't always work, right? But you got to have at least a thesis and a plan. So if we went higher here today, and we got above that level, do you see this one, this level here? I would expect that we at least try this level and then maybe push to that level. Retest, and then do we actually take out all-time highs? I don't know. But if you're bullish, that's the setup you would want to see. However, we've seen this level reject so many freaking times. And then after seeing ASML and its rejection, well, I went with short bias. So if I was looking to get long, maybe this, let's see what happens down in this area, 712 to 709 on the Qs. And do we get love? It can happen. These markets can turn around in a blink of an eye. I get it. But as traders, our goal is to get in and get out, right? So anyways, y'all, hopefully this kind of stuff helps. It is challenging to do in the moment, pre-market and even post. But I'll try to do what I can to at least talk through some of the stuff if you guys are saying it's helpful. Again, your charts in a perfect world should look closer to this with a couple key levels marked off for the day. Do it however you guys want. For me personally, I like trading that way. It's a little cleaner. But I have all these levels for you guys to see it. So when I'm talking about them, and now I've almost gotten used to trading this way, even though yes, there's tons of noise. So Mark, I agree, but I can kind of see through it now as far as just being able to showcase with you guys. Okay, why am I keeping track of 7/22/12? Well, because it was an all-time high in May. Well, why? Who cares? Well, I keep track of all the all-time highs in a journal, and then I just got used to putting it on the chart. So now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's another line. I can see through it. It's no problem. But when I show it to you guys, it makes it easy to go, look, here's a labeled all-time high again, which I think is weird because I have on my other screen, it literally has a label on the right that says ATH 052626 right here on the side. So if you want to see even more noise, I have another chart that's a little bit noisier with some labels here. But all I'm trying to say is have a plan. I love Mark's recommendation. Start with higher time frames, guys, especially coming in the day. And again, if you take away some of these drawings, right? Like I have easy way to look at it. So there's your 200 EMA, the yellow line. And I like using a 12/22/55. That's my SMA setup when I'm looking at the chart. Now, again, before hanging with you guys, I basically would just have these in like really, really faint colors, so you can barely see them. I've made them a little bit brighter so that when we're talking through them, I can call out, hey, 55, 22, whatever. So it's helping me now, like at least when I'm talking to y'all, I can call them out in that moment. But normally, my charts are a little bit cleaner. You know, VWAP, all these other lines, they're a little bit not as, we'll say bright or big. But it's kind of cool when you see it in just those, you know, VWAP, SMA, and EMA setups. You can kind of get a pretty good feel of like, hey, what's the market doing today? Every time the 200 gets hit, we reject and move lower, reject, move lower, get above it, move higher. As long as you stay above 200, I can stay kind of bullish, right? Get below it, fine. Above it, fine. But it's kind of a cool way when you break this down and find stuff that works for you. You know, I'm not saying that this has to work for everybody, but it works for me. It just helps with your game plan. So when you're coming in, you're looking at a specific stock, can you actually make heads or tails of it, right? Like this is whoa, right? On a 1 hour. Let's look at the daily. This is where I would probably get rid of, you know, the VWAP because it's not nearly as important. But like, if you guys remember, I talked about the 55 being a problem. I don't know if you guys remember that. Did any of you guys follow that? When I mentioned, I sent a note out to the team. I'm concerned the 55 is now in play. What do I mean by that? Well, take a look. Once you start tagging this 55, for me, that's almost like institutional money. So forget this white line up here for a minute. I'll get rid of it. Or not. There it goes. But this 55 is in play now. So if we break this 55 on a daily, look how big that gap is to the 200. It's pretty big, right? So we've been holding it and holding it, but we cracked once here. We tagged it once here, tagged it twice here, and we're tagging it a third time today. So it's a very important area. Now, the trouble is look at historically, every time we've been below, look at this blue line. How many times have we been below the 55 in the last, let's just look here, December 21 until, let's say a month, 2 months, 3 months, right? So we spent 3 months from here to here below the 55. And then we've just, look how important that level is. So you got the 200, cool, you retest, but look at how important this blue line is. Okay, I guarantee you I could mark exactly what happened at this time. What is this? May, we all know what happened there, 19, okay? Ta-da. But it's just an important level. Look at it. Every time we've been above this blue line, it's been bullish. As soon as we get below it, how long is this duration? 3 months. You trying to tell me for 3 months, if we get below that 200 EMA, or 55, we can't come visit this 200 EMA? Question mark? No answers. That's an 11% move on the Qs. So it's an important level to watch. If you're not paying attention to it, cue the disclaimer. It's not financial advice. Do whatever the heck you want. But I am keeping a very close eye on this right now. Not just for the Qs. Like you can look at any stock, fill in the blank, right? So as we're doing the research and we're sharing with the community, maybe take a look at some stuff like this. Maybe share kind of an idea that you have and have some validation on it. Not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but just a, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Here's why I'm looking at it. Here's why I think it's important. Use whatever metrics matter to you, whether it's a 9 EMA or SMA or whatever the heck it is that you guys use, Bollinger Bands. Share it with the community, just because I'd love to learn how you guys are evaluating charts, how you're understanding the markets, how you're learning it from the news, and then how you're applying it to your plan when you trade. Not just, hey, I'm picking it because I found it on the screener and it's up or down 12%, because that's not always the indication of a move, as we've all seen, right? So I'll use this one today, for example. I get to kick myself in the tail for this one. 185 was a nice area to short. I chickened out. It would have made 10 points. Would have made more money on this trade than I did on MU. That's okay. So anyway, all that to say, guys, it's 11 o'clock. Appreciate y'all. I'll do what I can for these types of, explanations and stuff, whatever, as to why I'm taking trades when possible for like a debrief. In fact, it might be a good way for us to do like some shorts for the day when we do like a debrief, and then have some more video material, Clifton, I'm thinking. But anyways, look, appreciate y'all. You know how it goes. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the open. Till then, cheers. God bless.